Are you torn between buying an existing home or building your dream house? Well, you're not alone. With the way the Cleveland market has been, much like everywhere else, it's a question that I get asked a lot, whether it's cheaper to buy or build a house. So today I'm going to be diving deep into the numbers, exploring pros and cons, and helping you make an informed decision. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear understanding of which option is best for you. What's up, guys? Anthony Esposito with eXp Realty, your local real estate expert right here in the Cleveland, Ohio area. I've helped countless people with buying and selling real estate. And if you have any questions or you need help as well, you can contact me directly here, or you can go into the description below, click on my calendar link, book a call with me. Either way, I'd love to help you out like I have many others. If you get any value from this video at any point, be sure to smash the like button. Greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe, turn notifications on so you can stay up to date on all real estate tips, tricks, property tours, you name it, I have it for you. So without further ado, let's get into the difference between buying versus building and see which option is truly going to be best for you. Let's start with a quick overview of the Cleveland real estate market. According to the latest data pulled from Zillow, right now, the median home value in Cleveland is $150,000, while in the suburbs like Westlake, Lakewood, Shaker Heights, Strongsville, it could be significantly higher. Medina, for instance, is over $300,000 currently for median home value. And as far as days on market, it's pretty well balanced right now at around 50 days on market. However, the homes that are updated, move-in ready, and priced accordingly to its location, they're going that like within a few days, like that weekend if it's listed on a Friday, and it's going multiple offers right now with how everything has been shaping up and how it's been going. But understanding these analytics is crucial to decide whether you want to buy or build a home. So let's talk about the cost of buying a home. And like I just said, median home price in Cleveland is $150,000, but it can range in the suburbs up over $300,000. And if you factor in closing cost on top of that price, that can range from 2 to 5% of the sales price. And then you got to have your down payment that you add in, the new NAR settlement that's coming, into play August 17th, maybe sooner, depending on the MLS that everybody is in, because it varies. Then you got to factor in, cost for representation from a buyer's agent. But you still have inspection fees, which those can range, anywhere from $200 to $1,000. It really depends on what you want to get inspected. And, the inspector themselves, the house, there's a lot of variables that go into that. But then you have appraisal costs, that's part of your closing cost. You have, your mortgage fees, that's part of closing cost. All your title fees, that all gets wrapped into it. And for example, if you're purchasing a $250,000 house, you could potentially be upwards around $12,500. Now, it could be less, it could be more. Don't take that, wholeheartedly, because it varies. But just doing the percentages on stuff, you could be looking at that substantial cost added on to the price of a house. And, if it gets if it's a higher price tag, obviously it's going to be higher for, your closing cost, your down payment, everything that goes into it. So keep that in mind when buying a home. On the other hand, when building a home, that comes with different expenses. So for instance, the average price per square foot on recent data pulled for Cleveland and its suburbs is $120 to $150. Now, from what I've seen, that's on the low end of stuff. Typically, I'm seeing around like 200, roughly, upper 100s. But I have also seen where some custom builds are 300, 350 per square foot. It really depends on the builder, the location, and what house that you're actually going with. There's so many variables there. For instance, though, for an example, a 2,500 square foot house on the average price per square foot, you can be into the $300,000 range, like the 350, 375-ish. And then with that, you also have to factor in the cost of land. Whether you're going for, a lot of land and you're doing a custom build, or if you're going into a development like, Pulte, Dries, Kay Havanian, like one of them, you still have to buy your lot. So when you see that price tag of like starting at, $400,000 or starting at $350,000, whatever they have starting on their signs, that's for the house. That's not including the lot, because you have to pick that. And, with builders like that, they have in, the landscaping, kind of like the finished grade of the lot built into the lot price. So that's why you'll see that'll have like a higher cost to it. Where if you're building on your own land that you purchased, you gotta go custom builder. And those prices you see online, like for like a Schumacher home, a Diani home, Parkview, Old World, those are going to be foundation up. That's not including any of your lot prep. That's not including if you need a septic system, if you need a well. That's not your tap-ins to your water, your gas. Doesn't include any of that. That's foundation up. There's no, driveway cost. You got to pull permits for things of that. So there's an added cost there. So if you purchase land for $100,000 and then you buy a house that the house is going to be, let's just say $400,000, you're $500,000 in, but depending on the lot, you can have another $100,000 into lot prep to make up for like a septic tank, your landscaping, your driveway, all your tap-ins, your utilities, things of that sort. So have that in mind when building a home. Now let's weigh in the pros and cons of buying an existing home. On the plus side, you're getting an established neighborhood. You're getting a house that's ready to be moved into as soon as you get those keys, for the most part. You're also getting, landscaping that's done and taken care of. So there's a lot of good stuff there because it's much quicker. It could be 30 days and you're in your home. On the con side of things, you could be looking at having to do potential renovations, updates. You could have maintenance that needs to go into the house. That could be a continuous maintenance thing. Like if you gotta, fix the furnace, the AC, if there's, a foundation issue. There's a lot of different maintenance costs that can come with buying an existing home. And some people, they may even love a home, but then, with the renovation, they're going to tear down walls. So it could be like a major renovation where you may not move in right away when you get keys. You may want to have that done beforehand, or you could end up potentially spending a few years updating the house, getting it to where you want. So that's kind of the cons of things and the pros, behind buying a existing home. Now, what about building a home? Well, for starters, the pros to building a home, you get to customize it how you want. You get to choose your options. If you go with a true custom builder, you could pretty much manipulate whatever you want in their floor plans or bring them a plan of your own and have a house that is exactly what you want. You get to have your warranties attached to it. A lot of them are 1 year fit and finish. Some of them have like a 2-year fit and finish. Some builders have, a lot of them have a 10-year structural. There's some that have a 30-year structural. There's a lot of different warranties that come into place that you won't get when buying an existing home. And you get to choose your location. You get to choose your neighborhood. Like everything goes into play. You have a brand new house, which is fantastic feeling. Like that's a lot of people's dreams. The cons with it is it's going to take some time before you get into that house. If you're on a time crunch to get out of a house, you may have to rent for a little bit until your house is done. For a lot of builders, it's anywhere from 6 to 12 months from the time that you sit down with them. Some custom builders go a little bit more on the long end of that 12 months. You got to factor in that there could be some hiccups that happen. It's brand new construction, so weather can play a factor. It could, postpone when you get the house, depending on how bad weather is. We have winter here in Northeast Ohio, so the winters can affect a lot of different things. You have all your added cost of stuff. It's things that kind of add up, take a little bit, and it can go either way. Like, building a home is great. You just got to understand that there could be hiccups to it. It's construction. It's not going to be, immediate. You're not just going to sign paperwork and 30 days you have a house. It's just not going to happen. You build a house, it's going to take time. Like I said, 6 to 12 months. And then on top of it, if you want to finish basement, it's better to wait at least a year, preferably 2 years, to kind of let the foundation settle. So that's going to take a couple years if you want to have a finished basement. So there's cons that come with it, and there's pros that come with it. It's just really dependent on, your time schedule, your budget, as far as that goes. If you found this video helpful so far, or any value of it, be sure to smash the like button. It's greatly appreciated. Click subscribe, turn notifications on so you can see more real estate tips and tricks and property tours that I end up having coming your way. Now, for financial options, both buying and building come with their incentives. The mortgage rates are relatively the same. Construction loans can sometimes be a little bit higher. They're more complex. It's just a different style, basically, of how things are. It's a little more straightforward when buying an existing home compared to taking out a type of a construction loan to build the house. But they both come with incentives. I will say a lot of builders right now, they are issuing a ton of incentives to, bring more people in, obviously. One builder that I work closely with, if you build with them, they're giving you a 2-1 buy down. So, interest rates are around 7%. They're give or take. So that first one, they're, doing like a 4.99 or a 5.99. It depends on if it's like a 3-2-1, a 2-1 buy down. It's basically, those numbers are percentage points less of the actual rate that's out there. And every year it bumps up to, 1% until it goes to its normal percentage. It's there to pretty much get it in line to where you could refinance in a couple years, and it's not going to, crush you to refinance and go on another 30-year fixed. They also have, option incentives that are trying to help out. So there's a lot of good financial options both ways. Personally, overall, building, they definitely have more incentives than, buying an existing home right now. Just because of, like I said, the option incentives, the rate buy downs, things of that nature. There's spec homes that you can purchase from builders that are having a fixed 30-year rate that's lower. I've seen it around, like a 5%. I've seen it, around like a percentage point lower, around like 6. Just depends on the builder itself. But no, there's financing options that kind of help both. Typically, that mortgage is going to be a little bit less for buying existing, a little bit higher for building. So is it cheaper to buy an existing home or build your dream house? The answer, it really depends on you. What's your financial situation? What's your timeline? Do you want to fully customize a house? Do you want to pick out the options? Are you looking for, a house that comes with a bunch of warranties? Or do you prefer a house with, good bones, as they say? Do you want to do updates? Do you want to, take on renovation projects? Or do you need something that's more move-in ready? It really depends on your finances, and your timeline is what it boils down to. I will tell you, building a home is still typically a little more expensive than buying an existing home, but it comes with a lot of pros compared to the pros of buying an existing home. If you got any value from this, be sure to smash the like button. It's greatly appreciated. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you would prefer. Let me know if you're one of those, you want, good bones to a house, or if you like to build a brand new house and experience that. If you haven't already, click subscribe, turn notifications on so you can stay up to date on all real estate tips, tricks, property tours, you name it, I have it coming your way. If you need any help buying or selling or investing with real estate, or just have questions, you can contact me directly here or go in the description below, click on my calendar link and book a call with me. Either way, I'd love to help you out like I have many others. With that, I'll catch you on the next video.